Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to make some really beautiful high-end looking Roman shades using the blinds that you already have in your house. And this is going to be a really cost-effective way to really make your space look super custom and beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that. These are the blinds that I'm going to be using to make these Roman shades, though they're just the ones that I have hanging up in my playroom right now. And the first thing we're going to do is take these down. So now I'm going to go through and cut all of the strings that are going to be preventing the blinds from moving around. So I'm going to go through here and I'm not cutting this one. This one is the one that holds them all together. So I'm going to go through and cut this braided one and all of these little ladder ones so that we can move these around and take them out. So now that we've got all of the string cut apart, we are going to measure out our fabric to lay on the back, and we're actually going to be doing a front piece of fabric and a backing on it. So first we're going to measure out the front piece and attach it, and then we'll attach the back piece in a minute. So my window is 34.5 inches across the center. So we are going to measure out that plus 2 inches on either side. So it's going to be 39. And then for the length of the window, I'm going to do the same thing. It's 50, so I'm going to measure it 54 long so that I have 2 inches on the top and bottom to wrap around. Since I have this line pattern, it makes it really easy to make sure that I stay really straight. So I'm just going to follow this line all the way down. For the backing section, I'm actually just going to be cutting it exactly the width of and length of my window so that it fits nice and smooth over the back, because we're not going to be folding it over at all. So this is going to help to cover up the seams where we fold over the front fabric. So next I'm just going to lay my fabric down, face down. If you don't have a pattern, then it doesn't really matter, but because I have a pattern, I want obviously the pattern to be forward facing. So we're going to lay it face down. And then you're going to lay your blinds down, forward facing, down as well. Oh, okay. If you have the blind that has a little button, you may have some issues with this. So make sure that it's all the way pulled out and doesn't come up any on you, because that's what it just did to me. I'm just going to flip it over so that the button doesn't keep pressing and messing it all up. So you want to make sure that you've got your 2 inches on either side. And if you have a pattern, you're going to want to make sure that you line this up with your pattern so that your pattern doesn't lay crooked. Next, you're going to want to put in your slat. So you're just going to put it through the middle of the 2 strings. And I'm just lining the strings up with this little part on the blind piece, the little indent, so that I can make sure that it's all in the same spot. So for spacing these out, we are going to be making a larger space at the top, so a longer distance from the top to the first slat, and a shorter distance from the bottom to the last slat. So we're going to do 9 inches, 8-inch gap, 8-inch gap, 8-inch gap and then a 6-inch gap. So it'll be a little higher from the top and shorter towards the bottom, and that'll give it a really nice aesthetic look. So now we are ready to start attaching the fabric to the blind. So to do that, I'm just going to be using some Gorilla Glue, hot glue. And this is really important because you want to make sure that you're not using just regular hot glue, because the Gorilla Glue is really good for fabrics. So I'm going to be using that so that it has a nice strong hold. So I'm going to start by attaching the top piece to the top of the blinds first. And to get a nice good fold, I'm going to cut along the edge here. On either side. Just take your hot glue. I'm just going to do it here. Make sure your piece doesn't move. And then fold this right in. Got a little bit too much fabric over here, so I'm just going to cut off until I've got about 1 inch to fold over. So now I'm just going to put a line of hot glue. Next, we're just going to go down along the sides and do a couple rows of the glue. Fold it over. Then I'm just going to go back to this top piece up here and add a little bit of hot glue as well. And fold that over. Next, I'm going to move on to attaching the bottom. I'm going to add a few beads of glue to the fabric and roll the bottom of the blind onto it. Now I'm going to glue the middle section down. And then add glue to the edge of the bottom of the blinds and pull the fabric up over the edge. Okay, so now that we've got all of the fabric glued on, we're going to go ahead and glue on the backing. So I'm just going to spread it out around the edges and just go around the edges with the hot glue and press it down really firmly. So to get this backing to lay flat, I'm going to stick it through this back string so that it's not going to get in the way. And we'll do that on both sides. Now we can just go around it with our hot glue and press it all down, and then we're going to be done. I'm going to start by attaching the top so that it stays in place. And then where the string is, I'm just skipping over that spot with the hot glue. I'm just going to go in little sections at a time down the sides so it doesn't dry. And then lastly, I'm going to go across the bottom. It's the moment of truth. And I was able to complete this whole project just by buying the fabric for $20 total. There it is. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and are able to use this to make your own custom Roman shades for your space. If you do, let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I make new videos like this every single week on home decor, DIY home decor, and making your home look high-end on a budget. So that's all I've got for you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.